Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Love your questions, love your comments, keep them coming. If you're wanting to, if you're getting some skip ads and you're wanting to sort of donate a little bit to the channel, I'm not here for the money, but I'm just saying for any of the YouTube channels, I believe if you wait more than 11 seconds and then hit skip, for those readers that are reliant on the income, just be aware of that in the future. I'm not begging you to feel free to skip away. Okay, entertainment only. Yes, I've had my hair cut. News of the day: AJ Simpson's passed. He's meeting his maker, and I'm sure it's a very uncomfortable experience for his spirit and his soul at the moment. But I'm sure he's going through the process as needs to be. Very interestingly, I put it on my community page, the Arizonian lawmaker that brought in the 1864 legislation, married 5 times. 3 of his wives were aged 12, 14 and 15. Please. Boy, wouldn't some Arizonian Republicans love to go back to that era. And yes, I got it completely wrong. The impeachment going through to the Senate is the Mayorkas impeachment. I completely forgot about that impeachment because I just saw that the impeachment going to the Senate. My bad. I'll blame Mercury retrograde. I didn't see whose impeachment. No, it was the Mayorkas one. I had read on it forever ago. It was such a nothing burger. I completely forgot about it. Okay, one of my beautiful viewers has asked me to have a look at Newbern, Alabama, a little town in Alabama that back in 2020 had its mayoral elections. The mayor that was voted into place was Patrick Braxton. Newbern, Alabama has an 85% black population. Patrick Braxton is of African American descent. But prior to that, what had happened is that with the mayoral elections, they just didn't hold them. They didn't hold them for about 60 years. And Haywood Stokes, the third, was the mayor previously. Now, from what I understand is when the elections were coming up, Haywood Stokes he inherited the mayoral spot from his dad, and I suspect his dad inherited the mayoral spot from his dad. There hadn't been elections held for an awfully long time. Because they didn't want someone of African American descent winning the election. It just became basically a monarchy, so to speak. So apparently Haywood Stokes III did not put in his nomination into the campaign in 2020. The only person that actually put their name forward, so therefore was on the ballot, was Patrick Braxton. So he got the mayoral position by default because there was nobody else on the ballot. Now, what happened is I believe Patrick Braxton and his council, they met for one meeting at the council chambers. They went back for the next meeting and found the locks had been changed. This is going back to 2020. The locks had been changed. They have not been given access to the council financial records or bank accounts or any of the official documents. The council is still collecting its rates and its taxes, etc. It's still providing its services, but basically it's running without its elected mayor and its elected council. Oh, okay, what a mess. So, undergoing a legal process at the moment, getting sort of stalled at every turn type thing. Let's have a look. Oh, Brankston. Be able to... What's going to happen with the mayoral position in Newbern, Alabama? Goodness me. Talk about what's wrong with the system. Oh, I've got cards coming out everywhere at me. Well, the voters, first of all, not happy. The voters, not happy. Significant ending, new beginning. The restriction is going to come to an end. So I think it's going to be a legal ruling a legal ruling in favour of Patrick Brankston. So let's have a look. Is it going to be a legal ruling? It's just one of these bizarre situations. Just piqued my interest when someone asked about it. So let's have a look. Patrick Brankston. Will Patrick Brankston be able to take his form? He's been sworn in. He's been sworn in by the courts, so he is legally the mayor. Is he going to win the court case? Come on down. And first card out, huge yes card. Absolutely. It's just, I think David from Tarot by the Bay calls it the dispelling of toxicity, but it's very much about restoring balance and moderation, how it's meant to be. Yeah, he's going to win the legal case, definitely. Foundation of the reading. There's some secrets about Hayward Stokes III that are being revealed. There's secrets behind the scenes in regards to what went on. That's the foundation of the situation, and it literally was. Um, it just feels awful secretive energy here behind the scenes. Now, I'm not talking about Patrick Brankston. I'm talking about the current situation. So we're talking about Hayward Stokes and his extended family. In the past, yeah, was a bit of a squabble about it, but it's in the past. The squabble is in the past. It's gone to the courts, I believe. The infighting, the being locked out, the you didn't win, well, yes, I actually did win sort of thing. Apparently, Patrick Brankston has been receiving horrific death threats, including his children have done so as well, and threats of lynching and all sorts of ghastly, by the 15% of non-African American descent in the town who basically see themselves still as overlords. I'm not saying all of them, there is a percentage of them. And he's been pulled up in the street and verbally abused by white people, etc. So it's just quite a bit of a toxic situation there. But we've got here celebration, emotional relief, all coming together. Yeah, it's going to be a harsh truth for Hayward Stokes, and here's the judge making the ruling externally. Truth is being brought forward about, you know, you live in a democracy, and if you get the majority of the vote, you get the job, basically. Here's the judge with the ruling. It's going to come down fairly quickly. Hopes and fears. There might have been some money dithering that's gone on. Now, do not be surprised. There's a fear of some money dithering being found out. The Hayward Stokes first, second, and third are all a bit on shaky ground here. They perhaps have made some dubious decisions about which to benefits to bring in and which not to, that they may have benefited from, because here are secrets being brought out. Secrets being brought to the surface and exposed. So with the foundation here is there are some secrets that they want kept hidden. Talking about the Hayward Stokes, some shaky ground financially, and secrets being brought to the surface about this patriarchal, hierarchical legacy and the legacy card, the financial legacy here. There's going to be some information brought forward about money and contracts and agreements that were made that they don't want to be revealed. They're anxious about, and it is what's happening is it's the fading of the patriarchal society. And it's also about contracts and agreements here as well. Things are going to move forward fairly quickly in regards to this particular level of governance, but there's something here that they're not going to be particularly happy about. It is a decision, a really important decision that will need to be made about the devil energy and stealing that feathered some particular nests. Oh boy, if I keep going, we've got judgment, we've got burden of the information, and the end of a cycle and a new beginning, and then the best of democracy in the face of secrets that money secrets that a certain person wants to keep hidden, and then moving forward out of troubled waters into calm waters, but packing up the swords of truth and honesty about some manipulation that went on. We've got here, Russia, Saudi, or just something really significantly new being brought forward about karma, biting on the bum, but those that were on top are going to find themselves on the bottom because it's going to be a very uncomfortable position where they're going to be seen and heard. There's going to be a truth brought forward, a whistleblower perhaps here that will shine a light on the snake and the path and investigation that's coming out of left field. So, well, that tells me a lot about. Now, I know I end up with half the deck out. I do apologize. It's just how I read. I read in a storytelling manner rather than a set number of cards. I just continue on until the story's done. I'm really getting that there is some financial dubiousness that this is the reason why the all-seeing eye, emotionally overwhelming about stealing. Now, it was in the news article that I read that the bank account for Newbern, Alabama Council is across the other side of the country. It's not even in Alabama. So, something a bit strange there as well. So show me Hayward Stokes. Why is Hayward Stokes so desperate to keep holding on to power? I think we know the answer there already. Entertainment only. Let's have a look. Hey, what's going to happen to Hayward Stokes? What's going to happen to Hayward Stokes when the court case comes down not in his favour? What's going to happen to Hayward Stokes? Almost feels like he owns the town. It's my town. I inherited this town from my father, and he inherited it from his grandfather. So it's my town to play with how I want. You want that one on top too? Okay, thank you. Let's have a look. What's coming down for Hayward Stokes? The courts, government courts, signifier card, powerful signifier card, challenged by manipulation. Look what this hand is doing here while this hand over here is doing something else. Challenged by. They're both yes cards as well, considering what I was thinking. The courts, manipulation, manifestation. Let's see where this goes. Be careful what you wish for. But also here you've got, it can be wish fulfillment, can be the smug merchant. Always drawn to the fact that he's the innkeeper with all the kegs laid behind him. So, okay, literally set himself up for life. In the past, his cronies, his circle of support, those behind, the 3 generations. Thank you, the 3 generations I've got there. Crowning this reading. Greed, addiction, toxicity, you name it. Ugh. Crowning the reading. Ugh. Yeah, but karma is coming to bite him on the bum. Now, out of 5 cards, I've got 6 cards. I've got 4 major arcana. The wheel is turning on him. Going to be a very uncomfortable turning wheel. Here is the judgment coming down again, of the ruling. And internally for him, he's going to find himself entrapped, him and his family, entrapped by the messaging that they've put out there. Okay. Hopes and fears, a crossroads moment, a moment to make this right. Does he choose the path of light and honesty, or does he duck down into the thicket? So he is going to be at a crossroads moment. Here we've got dark money behind the scenes. A plan coming to fruition, perhaps overseas bank accounts. Just the overseas card, and a new beginning. New beginning, or is it simply foolishness? Self-sabotage. I mean, he's done this to himself. I'm going to say foolishness. I'm suspecting there may even be a money trail here. Trying to juggle, trying to balance the tightrope, his diluted loyal followers, abuse of power, self-sabotage. He's not going to like what's on offer. And it's an end of his legacy. There's information going to come out about the money, and he's going to find himself having to surrender, face judgment, and retreat in the face of justice, because there was some money changing hands here. There's a decision that needs to be made about whether to pursue him in regards to this. Harsh truth coming forward again, money laundering, mercenary actions, but information coming forward about the money and prosecution, where he's going to have to defend himself. I am just going to put it out there and say that there might have been some book diddling that went on that he's trying to protect. We've got here 5 of Wands, throwing under the bus, stability, security, protection, poor choices, but it can also just be poor money choices on the home front. Poor money choices going to be revealed. Yes, there is a paper trail, and truth is going to come down, where we have a significant ending and beginning, and he's basically going to be strung up and shook out. And here's my DOJ IRS card. The voters are not going to be happy. So I'm just going to put it out there. Again, I've got half the deck out on the table. I'm going to say there was some just entertainment only. I'm going to say there is some intergenerational book diddling that he does not want discovered. And I'm going to say it's almost like they've skimming off the top. A percentage of whatever came in, went into, just disappeared. Okay, let's see how it plays. Love to you all. Take care.